Now, today's press conference will be a very casual one. It will cover two major calendar events for the association. One is the CEO Night, held on the 6th of September, and the other one is the MRCA 26th anniversary dinner on the 26th of October. Now, both of these events are held at the renowned Shangri-La Kuala Lumpur Hotel and St. Regis KL Hotel, respectively. All right? So two venues, Shangri-La and also St. Regis. Now, so this morning, ladies and gentlemen, and members of media, of course, what better way than to kick off this wonderful morning by hearing from the MRCA President, Datuk Sri Gary Chow. Big round of applause, please, for our President.
Well, a very happy morning to everyone here, especially to our esteemed media, the Sin Chu, you have Miss Wong, and Oriental, Miss Yi, Mr. Tay, HMS, Ronnie, GCMA, Harini, TV3, our close friend Amanda here, Nanyang, you have Mr. Leong, of course, staff, you have Sharil. Welcome to this joint press conference for both the CEO Night and also the grand anniversary event on the 26th of October. You see, first of all, touching on CEO Night, we have the OC, Dr. Edmund and Jason. Both of them are spearheading this event, very important event. This is the 11th running of the series of the CEO event. We started off many years ago with Idris Jala, then we have Nazir Raza from CIMB, then Tony Fernandez, then Francis Yeo, and then we have Vijayat Tan Sri Vincent Tan, and then we also Liu Kisin of Satya at the time, now it's Eco World, and we also have Jeffrey Chia of Sunway, and then later we have Top Glove, Tan Sri Lim, and the last one was Tan Sri A.K. Nathan. And for the 11th series, for the first time, we're going to bring someone very special from overseas. Why we are doing this? Because MRCA, we wish to create value more for our members and also the public in general. Very important, this is a very, what you call it, a very renowned speaker, and also corporate and political strategist. You have to tap his mind. And he is actually advisors to some of the most prominent presidents of America, and also even Duterte of Philippines, and many of the top corporate leaders of the world. And this time around, I happened to able to hijack him for a night to come to Malaysia, as he's flying off to Beijing through a close friend of mine, under the Jadi Foundation, Tan Sri Lim Eugene. So we pay only half the price, rather, otherwise we can't afford MRCA being an NGO. So this will be value for money for all the public and also the members and also top corporate and CEOs of Malaysia. And this man called David Morey is also a top author, top seller. He have all the bestsellers book like The Underdog Advantage, The Leadership Campaign, and also Creating Business Magic. All these are top sellers. On top of that, the proceeds, we are giving 10% to Lejadi Foundation in aid of underprivileged organizations and shelters. So we are also doing in conjunction a good deed besides sharing knowledge with the members and also the public. So this also will be something, another, like also partly a CSR project at the Datin Flora. And we expect about 600 packs, quality top corporate attendees. And of course, this will be one of the highlights of MRCA event for the year. And for the 26th anniversary, we have our co-joint OCs, Sharan from Velaram Group. He's very well known. He has all the biggest names in town, like the Michael Kors, Victoria's Secret, and many other secrets you can ask him later. We also have Dato Vini, already organized a few very important events. So with her around, I feel more comfortable also, backing the biggest name in town. And the theme was Jewel Splendor. You can see that Sharan owns Velaram. We have a lot of jewelries and all this. So that's why, in this case, we are quite we are fortunate. because he's going to give us all free. And this time we'll be at the St. Regis, and we're expecting Tun Mahathir to grace the event. Even he may come for a short while, even that will be something very exciting for all the attendees, whoever turns up for the event. St. Regis being a small place, probably we're going to maximize it up to 75 tables. So this will be first come, first serve. Normally our event is up to 100 tables. So this time people have to book early before they get disappointed. So I hope the media can also try to drive up a little bit of the excitement we're going to create here. And this also will be attended by top business and retailers. And MRCA today, we are also actually, we have appointed many affiliated NGOs and associations that is relevant to the association's activities, enhancing the benefits of the members. And this also, one of the objectives is also to create a stronger voice for MRCA. Besides being the retail, if you are affiliated to us, even like ACCA, we have, what you call it, Dato' Winnie Yap here today, and Jason Low. And also, we also have Prudential going to be one of our sponsors. We have Stephen Horn and Chong here. So this will also add value to the events of the year for this year. And hopefully this will be another great year for MRCA. I can foresee that. We have very strong OCs, organizing chairman for all the events. And lastly, also wish to thank that some of my other councillors are here. We have Dr. Liu Bin, Datin Flora, Raymond Wu, and of course we also have very active members in subcommittee like Liang and Carmen here. And with this, we hope that we can proceed to the next level of the press conference. In case you have any questions, you can ask afterwards. Anything under the sun except political. Okay? Thank you very much. In case I miss any names, we have Raymond Wu here as well, who has just organized a very successful Malaysia International Retail and Franchising Conference at the KL Convention Center. So you can see MRCA, there's a lot of activities. And also towards the end of the year, we have another grand event called Retail Conference. So this also would be probably focusing on digital. Digital is the top of the town, is the current and the latest that we need to engage with to make sure that we are not, what you call it, sidelined by what the development of the world. That's very important. So thank you once again for your kind presence and for being with us this morning. Thank you very much. Despite Hari Raya Haji was yesterday. Thank you.
To hear more again about this CEO night, we're going to welcome now the two young and dynamic OCs, the co-joint OCs. Let's welcome the co-OCs, Dr. Emily and Jason Wu, to say a few words.
A very good morning. Yep, testing. Yep. A very good morning to MRCA President Dr. Sri Gary Chua, MRCA Council members, MRCA members, and MRCA media friends and partners. First of all, thank you for all your media friends present here today, and thank you for all your continuous support towards MRCA, and you play a vital role for our success. And we would like to take this opportunity to thank Dr. Sri Gary Chua and the Council, and trusting Jason and myself with this honorable responsibility, becoming the organizing chairperson for the CEO Night event. The MRCA CEO Night will be held on 6th of September, Thursday at Shangri-La Hotel at the Grand Ballroom. Registrations begins at 6 p.m. And we have also extended to guests of honor invitation to Yang Berhormat Lim Guan Eng, Minister of Finance. The first CEO Night was held in year 2008, and we have become a long way since. This will be our 11th year, and we are really privileged to have managed to invite a very sought after a corporate and political strategist from US, Mr. David Morey. Mr. David Morey is the founder and chairman of DMG Global and vice chairman of Co-Strategy Group. He's one of the America's leading strategy consultant who has advised 5 Nobel Peace Prize winners and 18 winning global presidential campaign, including Barack Obama. David has worked with some of the top and well-established brands like Microsoft, Apple's, Google's, McDonald's, Coca-Cola, and Nike, Disney, and many more. On top of that, so David is the award-winning author of The Underdog Advantage and the Leadership Campaign and Creating Business Magic as well. And we believe that our audience, our members as well, will truly benefit from David's presentation and sharing, which will hopefully inspire them in their business. In addition, this year we will be presenting CEO Award of Excellence to 10 MRCA members who recognize their achievement being the driving force of their companies. MRCA members are also entitled to one complimentary seat to this event, and there are 2 categories of tables already on sale and hot selling or seats as well limited. Premium tables at about 5,000 table, while executive table at 3,500, and for MRCA members, and for non-members is about 4,000. So for those who haven't grabbed the seat, I urge you to do as quick as possible as seats are limited. And I look forward to seeing all the media friends and on the 6th of September on 2018. Thank you.
Thank you, Dato'.
Perhaps I'd just like to add on a short bit of info besides what Dato' Edmund has illustrated in that David Morey is one of the top retail and also corporate and political strategists in America now. And perhaps the members of the media present here today could highlight in your article that this talk will be open to the public to be able to buy tickets as well. So of course they have to rush because the deadline is fast approaching. So it would be an appreciation if the members of the media could highlight this in your articles and in the news to the public, because he is one of the top strategists now in the world. Yeah, and there are many corporate people who would be interested to attend this talk, especially since we have only been able to secure him for one night only, because he made a stopover on his way to Beijing for an important event. So it would be great if the media could highlight this. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Jason. Next on the agenda is MRCA 26th anniversary dinner. It seemed like only yesterday the MRCA celebrated their silver 25th anniversary, and now we are going into our 26th anniversary this coming October. Now, one of the most important highlights that will make it another memorable night for MRCA is who is behind, who are the brains that are behind this event. So ladies and gentlemen, we want to hear a few words from 2 very familiar co-organizing chairmen for this event, and what better way than to welcome the very capable Mr. Sharon Valeram and Dato' Winnie Lim to share a few thoughts.
Thank you. I don't know whether it's the brains, but we'll soon find out when you attend 26th of October. So good morning to our friends from the media. So happy to see all of you. Thank you for making the effort of being here. I want to welcome as well our council members, president and the team for being here this morning. So we all remember 1, we remember 25, we remember 50, but who remembers 26? 26 is always forgotten. So what Winnie and I are going to do is that we're going to flood the room with a lot of jewelry, with a lot of fun, with a lot of spectacle, with a lot of splendor and sparkle. So that way, 26 will be memorable forever. It will never be forgotten. And we need all of your support to communicate this message to everyone out there. We have a very tiny ballroom specifically for that purpose, because if it's too big a room, we can't make it sparkling. The splendor will get lost. So we need all of you to communicate this message out there as quickly as you can, because tables are getting filled. I will not add any tables. There's going to be a lot of surprises, a lot of wow. We will be welcoming our patron of MRCA as a guest that evening. Our patron is no other than somebody who you're very familiar with, Dr. Mahathir, which was already alluded to just now by my president. We're looking forward to having him there and welcoming him to an MRCA event as patron. And besides our patron, our organizing, our council members, our anniversary night always has got a very distinguished guest list. It is a who's who event for MRCA. It likens to the Oscars, and that's the type of event that we're going to put out this year. So we need all your support to communicate this as quickly as you can, because it's really going to be a sellout event. Minnie, over to you. You want to add anything?
Yes, this year I'm very happy I have Sharon with me, and I believe that, like what Sharon said, there will be a very memorable night for everyone. And as usual, all the media, that we're going to allocate a few tables, so please line with our secretariat office. And despite we this year using St. Regis as a venue, but our price still remain like last year in Shang and another year in Manchester. So our tables for the executive tables is 3,008 for member, non-member is 4,008, and we have premium table is 6,008. I believe the table also very limited, so I really hope that the new will go out there for those people who interested. Please come forward to buying the tables or talk to our office for reserve tables. For other than that, we also line up a very good entertainment. I'm not going to review, so for you to come and find out, right? So really looking forward for our 26th anniversary, and I hope can see all you there. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you. Okay.
Okay, Ronnie from HMS. My question is, what other activities for David Morey plans for the industry?
Sorry, repeat one more time, please.
What other activities David Morey plans for the industry?
The industry.
Besides the CEO night stopover, what other activities are there going to be organized outside of the party?
David Morey. Hello. David Morey is supposed to go to Beijing, you see, so we just hijacked him for a night here. So besides that, there's no other activities. But previously, he has also came to Malaysia to train or give talks to Sime Darby and very major corporate in Malaysia. But that will cost a lot of money, maybe up to 100,000 US. But for us, we got it for a song, like the Beatles' Yesterday song.
Okay, the second question is, in the past 2 years, your membership has been growing. What are the key achievements to be highlighted on the 26th anniversary?
Key achievement for, sorry?
Achievements for MRC, right? Yeah.
You see, MRCA, we have been growing from strength to strength, especially since the last 2.5 years or so. We have started off with 2016, the new council was in, membership was only about 290. We felt that it was too weak a representation for the retail sector. So we have a very aggressive recruitment, but not just recruiting the numbers. Our chair lady, Shirley Tay, is also very strict with criteria of membership. So members joining the MRCA are of high quality members, you can be assured. And we also have formed a new membership called Digital Membership. That's why we have people like Lazada, iPay88, Leilong, and many others. They are also part of this membership. And for MRCA to represent the retail fraternity, we must have a very strong voice. And further to that, we also have affiliated many other associations, including like ACCA and all this. Those are relevant to MRCA, can give strong voices. We can group together, we can make very strong representation to the government. There's also talk of the town that basically now the NGOs on the association side is either the Chinese Chamber or MRCA. We have 20 activities a year. Can you imagine the benefits to the members? And every event, we give a free ticket to the member. It costs easily 500 bucks. So whatever subscription they pay for is more than justified. We also have academic training, free training on HR, and monthly meeting, we also have many talks, And of course, we have many other networking. We also have kickstarted the various chapters for the first time. We have been inaugurated the Southern chapter, Northern chapter, Penang, and we are going to Kuching on the 2nd to 4th of September to kickstart the Sarawak chapter. And then the last lap will be the KK Sabah chapter. So you can see we wish to make a representation not only in Klang Valley, but the whole of Malaysia, and to give a very strong voice of retail. And retail is one of the top GDP contributors in Malaysia. We have about 10% contribution to the GDP currently, but you can see the tremendous growth that is ahead of us. And this augurs very well, not only the retail, but also the franchising activities. That's why we have the Malaysia International Retail and Franchising exhibition just concluded recently at the KL Convention Center. And it also draws a lot of opportunity for the members, not only to exhibit their products locally, but also there are overseas exhibitors coming in where they can also take sort of like a franchisee representing, and so far quite a number of them has very successful franchising from Taiwan and other countries. So this also very good initiative by MRCA to enhance and add value to all our members. That's why there are more and more companies joining MRCA. Of course, we wish to have all the biggest names in town to be part of that MRCA group. Lately, we also have even Parkson have joined us. Of course, you have Pardini and so many others. So this will be a very good representation for both the retail and franchising fraternity for Malaysia. And of course, we are also affiliated to overseas chambers. Every year we pay visit to overseas for exhibition. Like we also affiliated to Vietnam and Cambodia and Taiwan for a long time, and we also affiliated to Hong Kong, and we also look forward to with China, because China has the biggest retail market probably in the world. So that will be our next stop for MRCA. Good question, thank you.
Thank you, Dhanushri. Yes?
I'm Shangri-La from Harmony Management. This is for Dr. Sri, very sure. I just want to know, has the MRCA prepared themselves for what effect the sales and service tax will have on the members on sales? And will it have a negative or positive effect on the retail in Malaysia towards the end of the year?
We have written a letter to all the members prior to the implementation of the SST to look forward on certain areas to get ourselves prepared. But switching from GST to SST is quite simple. Not vice versa previously from SST to GST, where you incur a lot of more expenses on the system software, and you also need more manpower to monitor, which was quite complex actually. So switching is quite simple. We have also encouraged our members to get to abide by the government rulings, to make sure we follow and we collaborate with the government closely to implement it successfully. But of course, there are many interviews on SST and GST, the benefits and all these. We retailers at the tail end, we depends a lot on the, for SST, you start off from the manufacturing to the suppliers, importers, you see. And how they trickle down to us, that is very important. If prices doesn't trickle down and we have a reduction, of course, it will have an impact on us. We can't do anything further from there. And for SST, the impact that comes from various angles. You can see that, of course, US dollar is strengthening. That also may affect imports and some of the raw materials and some imported products. So even with the reduction, whatever it is, you still may have some incremental due to the variation in that, or it could be production inefficiencies. But you see, when you have SST 10% at the top there, at the first stop point, 10% may be higher than GST 6%, but at that level, the cost of goods may be much cheaper. But for GST, actually, is consumption tax. You show to all the, of course, consumers. That's why many.
Okay, Okay, next question. Anyone else? Any questions for the anniversary? We had quite a few questions on CEO Night, and any questions on the anniversary? Any thoughts? Yes, sure. Okay, sure.
Yeah, maybe you could share with us how has the response been so far, and like you mentioned earlier on that most of the events are mainly 100 tables or more. So why is it limited to only 600 packs, and how's the response been so far?
So far, we have achieved up to about 40 tables, excluding some of the members. Some of the members we are giving a free seat. Many of them last minute. That's a problem. So we end up with more than 600 packs, like the previous event. But we want to keep it quite exclusive, not to have like 1,000 packs. Exclusive, and many of the members or even outsiders, especially the bosses, they are very keen to listen to all the speakers, because so far all the previous past speakers have added value to all the attendees who came for the session. Whatever you paid for, even that is more than justify the returns.
So the 400, is it all MRC members or is it also the public?
Many of them are outsiders. We have even like the corporates from the banks, from Maybank to even KL Wellness City, and many others. Some of them are not members, but they're coming in to be part of it. But of course, most of it is a first step. Once they come in, and then you can see that later they join as a member. They can see that it is value added to be a member and part of MRC.
So it remains strictly 600 packs. And going back into the implementation of SST, how do you see it impacting the consumption pattern and as well as the retail outlook for the quarter?
You see, during the tax break period of 3 months, the major movement is basically on the high value items, like for example the cars. 6% is a lot of money. And of course, like electronics and also the furniture sectors, and some other consumer products which have a higher price, probably above maybe hundreds of ringgit. Those are the sectors that are moving faster. But we can also foresee that there could be last minute euphoria of buying the next 1 week or so. Let's see and watch and what you're going to do. And of course, with the kickstart of the SST, I believe, like Malaysian, I think many of them will wait and see. So that will be a long period. I look at it.
Okay.
How do you see the percentage of the outlook for overall 2018 closing in the year with the implementation of the SST the last quarter?
You see, looking back at the retail side, the GST days was quite dampening on the retail sector. We have less than 4% growth. 2016 we have above 4%, and 2017 was the lowest ever, about 2%. So this year, with the tax break and the better sentiments for the last few months, we expect about 5% or so. Hopefully in line with the GDP. I think the growth should go in line with the GDP. GDP has also reduced about 5%. I hope that hopefully retail will go in line with that. Looking at the the sales the last 3 months, I also checked with some of the malls. Again, malls vary from the category. Some go for very high end, like KLCC, and some go for middle and above or below. They have, especially June, July, recorded very high actually traffic. Some as high as on the average about 20%, some even about 30%. So you can see there's actually increase in traffic and increase in turnover of the retail sector. So let's look at let's see what's going to once the SST will kicks in September.
Okay, any questions? Okay, I have one, right? One for the anniversary team, right? Maybe through the speeches and the vibes that we'll be giving the press and media, that the dinner has been so secretive. Come and enjoy and see for yourself. Maybe we are so scared to ask the questions, right? But maybe we should ask the question. All right, we had our 25th anniversary last year, and we're going for 26th anniversary here. So maybe you can invite the co-OCs to just give a little more glimpse of what else will be different, or what we have to expect of this year compared to last year.
If you want it to be memorable, you need to come and see. Because if we give you a glimpse, then we're giving away the bag of secrets. The 25th anniversary, as you know, was a memorable event. It was very nicely organized. It was held at the Shangri-La, and it was very luxurious. For 26, how do we top that? So we are topping it, as I said earlier, it's a jewel splendor. So a lot of sparkle, dazzle, glitter, and the whole evening will be curated to demonstrate, to depict that. Our entertainment, our food. We've already told you the venue, so that one surprise is out of the bag. It's at the St. Regis. First time MRCA is having a major event at the St. Regis. So that's already out there. But we start telling you everything, then because of the capacity, we will have more people than necessary. So we really want to keep it as a top-notch event. I already said just now, it's liken and think it as the Oscars of the retail business, and that's what it's going to be. So it's really going to be a very special evening. And you talked just now a little bit about the tables and the number of seats. So yes, all of the MRCA members will be invited, but they need to RSVP early. Otherwise, once the necessary seats are given up, we may have to turn down our members as well, something that we don't like to do. So we need early responses. Because of it being such a special event, we would like to allow for other corporates and other businesses and aspiring MRCA members to be able to purchase tables or purchase seats and attend this event. So we don't want to keep it just exclusive to our members. We want to keep it wide open to everybody else, and hence we are asking for your support to write up and talk about this event so that it's out there. Because we don't want it to keep it as the best kept secret. We really want to keep the entertainment and the evening as a secret, so as we can unfold it throughout the 2 or 3 hour experience. But attendee-wise, we want it to be widespread and everybody to know what's exactly happening. So world-class entertainment, world-class food, as you know, is a world-class venue. And we talked about brains just now. Hopefully we have a little bit of brains to organize it nicely.
So with Sharon around, I'm sure that it's something that will be surprise. So I'm really looking forward, not only, for yours, I'm really looking forward. Please come and witness it. Thank you.
I tried, but I couldn't get anything out of them, so so you know the answer. All I can say in summary is, as what Mr. Sharon has said, world-class event, world-class entertainment, world-class programs, coming from a person who has brought in world-class products, right? The Valerian Group, right? So I guess even Dato' Winnie will agree that we will trust his taste, all right, for bringing such a wonderful...
So just to stop you there for 1 minute. What is an anniversary party all about? It's a time to let your hair down. It's a time to have fun. It's a time to explore. And that's really what we're all about. So come and explore.
Okay, that's your tagline, right? Okay, any questions about for the anniversary? Yes. No.
It's not about the anniversary.
Okay, sure.
One last question. Yeah. With the US and China going at each other with the trade war, what impact do you think it will have on retail in Malaysia? Are you all worried about that?
You see, there's a very big battle going on. It's very disruptive, and this could lead to another recession if, let's say, it prolonged. What I can see is that there'll be both sides will lose actually, because there's also a lot of American companies that are based in China. They are doing pretty well, and both sides of the border, both sides of the divide. And one side benefit I think could we Malaysia will benefit is that a lot of Chinese companies may relocate their factories in Malaysia. Malaysia being a friendly country, so these can be re-exported to the other countries, to US, for example, or Europe. That could be a benefit to us. But generally, if this were to prolong, it's not going to be good for both parties. And at the same time, you look at if China were to face a recession due to this. Malaysia will also suffer because we would have less exports to China. Because when the consumption drops, naturally everything, activities drop, naturally exports to China will drop. Because China and Malaysia, we have two-way trade up to about 100 billion US dollar now, currently. And China has always been the top trader with Malaysia now for many years. And so far we have surplus. So it will be very important to market for us to see. So globally now you can see there's a lot of dynamics going on. And it's not going to be good for people. Even Iran, now they have the what you call it, the American has rescinded the agreement with Iran. Maybe due to some info they have that Iran is still carrying out the nuclear tests and all this. But don't forget, Iran, the Gulf there, about 2/3 or so of the oil are passing through there. You see? So if let's say that thing happens, and I can tell you prices of oil will soar also. And if it soars to more than 100 ringgit, 100 US dollar a barrel, just like the previous cases, there'll be big crisis in the world. A lot of companies may go bankrupt. Cost of doing business is so high. You can see there's a big ramification and what you call it, consequences on both sides of the divide, and also including Europe. Because Europe also depends a lot of China for trade both ways. You see. So it's not going to be good for the world if this happens. That's why some economists that predicted that this could be the next recession, because recession always comes in the cycle of 10 years. It looks like 10 years already due. Right? You get what I mean? You study economics 10 years, so it could be coming soon. You think? So we also, I was with a banker last night. The local banks are quite well prepared for all this. So we also should get a little bit prepared. We always think that world activities or world affairs will not affect us. Just like many years ago, we have the Kuwait war. Many of us say, "Why so far away? Why you worry, man?" Before you realize, the whole world is suffering. And then Thailand, with the contagion of the currencies and all this, we thought, oh, it's nothing. Thailand is so small country. What is that? Small economy. Before I realized, affected the whole of Asia. So all these things is all directly or indirectly linked and have a lot of consequences because of the world economical dynamics now. There's a lot of global things are going on. Even those days, the Europeans, they only sell cruise on a seasonal basis. But now when they come to Asia, they realize, wow, I'm selling it it's whole year round. Can you imagine? Things are different now, so we have to be very aware, hold our pockets a bit as well.
For some photograph shots.